Look at this view. Absolutely out of this world. Now you can see these small plaques on the wall which tell you which route you're on. So you're on 531 route to Riomaggiore or to Costa del Cornialo, and it also tells you the distance, 0.35 kilometers or 1 kilometer. So do follow these plaques and find your way to the Cinque Terre hikes. I'm on the same street where I came from, but then I have to take a left here. Again, there's one more plaque showing that 531 route is here to Riomaggiore and Costa Carniolo. Although the route mostly consists of stairs, there are some areas where you will just have these rocks where you'll have to just scramble on and make your way until you get to the stairs again. That's how it is. It's not very difficult, but just something to note about when you're hiking on the Cinque Terre. Some of the sections of the hike do get narrow, so you have to wait for the traffic to clear, the oncoming people to pass by. Just wait on one side and then start again. Get a nice rest in between. I see all these people hiking in their nice hiking clothes, their boots, their hiking poles, and what they must be thinking looking at me wearing this normal t-shirt, a basic khaki shorts and these pink shoes, hiking on this Cinque Terre trail. It's been a while that I've hiked. Even back in Dubai, the weather was still hot before I left, so we didn't go for many hikes. Clearly I'm struggling here, but I've been walking a lot since the last 7 days. Once I've got to Europe, I can post my stats from the health app on iOS and you'll see how much I've walked. So Maurizio had mentioned that it's a 30 minutes uphill hike and then it goes downhill. It's already been 30 minutes, but I don't think I have reached the summit yet or the top of the hiking trail because I've been taking so many breaks in between. But yeah, look at this view. Absolutely out of this world. I don't think I have ever hiked on such a scenic trail before. It's like a never-ending climb. Still going. I saw this cliff edge from below and I thought there would be a traverse from somewhere on the right, but it's not a traverse. You have to climb that whole cliff edge and then you get to the top. Maybe like, I'm not even sure. I don't even want to open the map right now. I just want to finish this hike, get to the top, rest, eat, and then start the descent. Again, you are reminded you are in the most scenic view in the world. This is that cliff that I was talking about that I could see from below, and I was thinking that the route would just traverse from here somewhere and then go down into Riomaggiore, but instead it's just about hiking this whole cliff face. That's the hiking route. It just goes along with this cliff edge. This is going to be the first flat section of land that I've come across since I started hiking on this trail. Oh man, this feels like a relief. Also, reminder, You're hiking in one of the most beautiful views in the world. I just met a couple on the hike and they told me that that's the top point. So I've reached the top point now. Here are the two plaques. Manarola 0.2 kilometers, Riomaggiore 0.25 kilometers. So that was just 0.2 kilometers. Man, look at this view. Look at this view. Continue further. I think there is another viewpoint here. Look at this view. My host has also recommended a hike to that town, which I'm going to do tomorrow morning. I think I would just move towards that side, away from the crowds, and take a seat here, have my lunch or whatever you call it now. So as you can see, when I wore the hat today, I just flipped this top cover up so that I can get ample amount of ventilation through these mesh structures that are in the hat. That's what it is meant for. I love this hat. I've been using this hat for the last 9 years now, 9 or 10 years maybe. So I've got 1.5 liters of water which I filled from my Airbnb, and from the coop I got these bruschettis. One is a tomato and basil flavor, one is the olive flavor. Then I got a couple of bananas, couple of apples. The apples that I chose are, as you can see, they are dusty and it doesn't have any shine on it. I chose these apples intentionally because they are not waxed. They are directly from the farm is what I believe. That is why they are not shiny. And look at the size of this apple. It's huge, and there were bigger apples than this. This is like a medium size, I would say. I already finished half a bottle of water just at this break. Also, I got Kinder Bueno. My girlfriend keeps talking about this chocolate. I don't know why she likes it. That's why I got it, just to try how it is. So these fruits, this bruschetti, the chocolate, everything included costed me 686 euros, which is not very bad. Better than just buying 5 euros focaccia. At least I'm eating healthy. So what is Cinque Terre? Cinque in Italian means 5. Terra in Italian means lands or region. So 5 regions. 5 regions or 5 towns in this coastal part of Italy, which is called the Italian Riviera. And these 5 towns comprise of Cinque Terre. These 5 towns are Monterosso, Vernazza, Cornelia, Manarola, Riomaggiore. These are the 5 towns which form the Cinque Terre. I'm staying in Manarola for 2 reasons. It's less touristy compared to Monterosso, you can say. Monterosso is the most touristy out of all these towns. It's got these big resorts, and I want to avoid that. I want to avoid the tourist crowds. Second reason is Manarola has one of the best sunsets out of all these 5 towns. And the third reason, I would say, I found a really good Airbnb there with an amazing view. Now I've had these bruschettis back in Dubai too. You have some brand there which sells these, but these are really good. Very strong flavor, very nice. Maybe because I'm in Italy and these are really fresh. I'm going to wash and try this apple now. Apple is washed. I'm excited to eat an apple. This is a very tasty apple. I had a very good break. I rested well. Rested too well, I would say. Had one banana, one apple, that bruschetta, and a piece of chocolate. Now I'm pretty much full and I can continue my hike further. It is just a descent here onwards, so it's not going to be very tiring, but I just need to be careful with my footwork, and I need to take good support from the barricades that are provided on the sides, because I don't want to twist or hurt anything. I still have 3 weeks of travel left in Italy and I need to be safe. There's a vineyard here on the slope, and look at these water buses that are going in the Mediterranean Sea from one Cinque Terre town to the other Cinque Terre town. If you do want to explore the national park and the hiking trails, it is advisable to have a longer stay here, at least maybe 3 to 4 days. That would allow you to really indulge into the national park and the hiking trails, go around the towns and enjoy the food and culture in these towns. So if you see, this is a track, and I think the farmers use this track to get up to the mountain, or on the slopes there's kind of like a motor. I don't know what this is called, but I'll find out and I'll let you know. Look at this, vineyards to my left and the ocean to my right. What a scenic trail. It's a bumpy ride here. Look at that beautiful viaduct, and that's the Riomaggiore town down there. Farming in this region of these grapes or these vineyards is done with a very special method, you can say. They build these dry stone walls on the side of the slopes, and they farm on top of these walls or on the other side of these walls. And there are about 4,000 kilometers of these dry stone walls in the whole of Cinque Terre. These are called the dry stone walls because there's no mortar or cement being used in these walls. They are just, the stones are just laid and placed in place so that the wall stands and becomes strong. These walls are also being maintained on a regular basis so that they don't fall down or collapse. And tomorrow, when we go on a hike early in the morning, we'll see if we can catch someone repairing these walls so we can shoot some footage. Here you can see a series of these dry walls forming the sides of the staircase. For now, let's concentrate on our hike to Riomaggiore. It's in sight, but it's still far. As I mentioned, this Cinque Terre pass that I've got, it gives you the access to all the trains, all the buses, the hiking trail, all the toilets and the Wi-Fi in this region. So it's worth it if you're staying here for a couple of days. As you can see, there's a tunnel through which the train passes. It passes completely below the Riomaggiore town, and most of the Cinque Terre region, or this coastal region, as we even saw on our visit to Portofino or to Monaco, is formed by a series of tunnels. One very interesting fact about these 5 towns in Cinque Terre is every town has its own dialect. So that reminds me of Maharashtra or India. I mean, everywhere you go, like if you travel from Kolhapur to Pune, completely the Marathi changes. Same way, even the Italian being spoken in these 5 towns, which are so close by, is also changing. Like, that is a very interesting fact. Really reminds me of Maharashtra, Sahyadri. There are a few places that I've marked in Riomaggiore that I wanted to visit. Couple of churches, the town square, Riomaggiore castle. So let's see, now that I'm here, might as well just visit these places and then go back, because tomorrow I'll be on the other side of Manarola, so I don't think I'll be coming back to Riomaggiore. So it's a good opportunity now just to visit these places and get done with Riomaggiore completely. This is not the perfect choice of clothes to wear on a hike, but that's all I had for today. I just have like a couple of shirts now with me which are unwashed, but for tomorrow I do have the quick drying shirt and quick drying shorts, so tomorrow would be much comfortable as the sweat would just dry off my body quickly. Today has been hectic and this t-shirt doesn't help, but that's okay. I had a great time. Also, check out this view. It's really interesting to see this setup here. There's a tunnel there, and then there's a tunnel here, and then there is an opening in between, which is the station, and still portion of the train is inside the tunnel, and even portion on the back side is inside the tunnel. So it's a very interesting setup they have here in Cinque Terre. You see what I'm talking about? That train is partially inside the tunnel. Even the station extends inside the tunnel, and same on this side as well. I just noticed something while walking on this path in Riomaggiore. Check out this artwork that they have done on these pillars on the sidewalk. Now I'm not sure who has done this or what is the reason behind it, but it just looks so nice. So I just thought I'll show it to you guys on this vlog. Each and every one is different, and I'm 100% sure that these are hand painted. These are not printed, or they are not tiles. That's like a plastered surface and they have painted on top of it. So I've exactly got an hour to make it back to Manarola, just in time for the sunset. That is why I skipped the castle. Anyway, it's going to give me the same view that I've seen from the other places. That was another reason to skip the castle. Meanwhile, check out this view of the Riomaggiore town. Again, look at these lime or clementine or oranges, whatever they are, growing abundantly in just a regular tree in the house. Like, how beautiful that is. Even at Lake Como we saw that you could just find oranges or clementine just growing around in wild. So that's the church, and this is the church square. That was the church of San Giovanni Battista of Riomaggiore, and now we head into the town square. It's a very cute town. I'm glad that I came here into the town square. I was planning to just take the train back, but I still came here just to have a look, and I'm glad that I came here. Look at these little streets. I need to be in the sun because I'm feeling cold right now because of all the sweat and my t-shirt completely being wet because of that. And here we take a turn and just start heading down this street. On the way we see the Piazza Vignaiolio, something like that. But this is some steep slope, man. Oh boy. There is actually a pizza place that I had marked here in this town, but I'm not going to stop for that because I'm pretty full right now. Plus I need to get back to Manarola before 6 and the time now is 5:11. I'm glad that I'm getting to catch this town in this beautiful sunset, or you could say before the sunsets, because at the time of sunset I would be in Manarola, or that's what I'm hoping. So I'm sure this is the square where all the local kids would be hanging out and playing football and stuff. And then we just head to this point just to have a look. That's the marina for Riomaggiore. The route was down below the square. I'll just take a picture and then leave. So I've just taken the exit for the station and I have to walk through this tunnel. I hope there is a train next which can get me to Manarola quickly. I need to be there before 6 just to make that hike up to the point where I can see the sunset from. I think the train is going to be crowded. A lot of people waiting around here. That's the tunnel I was talking about from when I was on top of Riomaggiore. Now let's get to the information on board and check when the next train is. I had to run, but just made it on the train to S03 Levante, and the next stop is Manarola. Train leaves now 5:25. Just a 3-minute train ride, not even 3 minutes, just a 2-minute train ride and I'm already in Manarola. You can see for yourself how quiet Manarola is compared to Riomaggiore. Riomaggiore has a lot of restaurants. Town is much bigger, that's why a lot of tourists are there. But Manarola is much quieter, relaxed, laid back town, and that's why I chose Manarola for my stay. Look at this church square bathed in the setting light of sun. Also, I need to tell you that water in Cinque Terre is the tastiest water I have had in Italy since I have arrived. Here's a view of the town from this hiking trail I am on right now. Just going ahead, and I hope I get to that point that I had seen the pictures of and I'm not in a wrong direction going somewhere. Oh, that's way below that point, but anyway I can see that point now. But anyway, I think I can hike down there. To get to that point it was through the city, but anyway this was not a bad hike as well. So that down there is the point I was talking about, the sunset point, and now I'm up here. But I think this route goes down to that level as well. I should have just continued through the town to get to that point. Made a mistake, but I think I can still make it. Let me just check the maps and I will try and do that. Not bad, yeah. The sun is setting in another 15 minutes and I'm at this beautiful place all by myself. No tourists around here. And I'm going towards the cemetery. Yes, I am at this point finally before the sun sets. Made it.